Okay, this last video of Unit 8 is reviewing Lesson 8, where we went over the volume of a sphere using the formula volume equals 4 over 3 times pi times radius to the third power. Okay, so in this video, we're going to be reviewing how to calculate the volume, and we're also going to do an example where we calculate the volume and leave it in terms of pi. So I'm going to split my page right down the middle. I'm going to draw, I'm just going to draw a circle, but we're going to pretend it's a sphere, of course. The difference between a circle and a sphere, of course, is a sphere is 3D. Our circle is only 2D. But there is our sphere. Right? Can you see my hand? Sphere. And we're going to say it's 11 meters long. First thing we do is we are going to write our formula. Volume equals 4 over 3 times pi times radius to the third. Then we plug in what we know. Volume is 4 over 3 times pi times radius, but I know my radius is 11. 11 to the third power. Then what do you take care of? What do you do next? If you're looking at this and you're like, what do? I just have a bunch of numbers. PEMDAS, we don't have any parentheses, but we do have exponents. We have 11 to the third power. So I'm going to figure out what 11 to the third power is. I'm going to rewrite. Volume is 4 over 3 times pi, and I do 11 times 11 times 11, and that gives me 1,331. Next, I want to take care of my multiplication before I deal with this yet. So this is a new video. I do not have a graphing calculator on me right now. I'm just using my phone. So I'm going to be using pi as 3.14. So I'm going to rewrite this first part, and then I'm going to do pi times 331. Put that in my calculator. 3.14 times 1331. And that gives me 4,179.34. You could put this in parentheses if you want to group it. Now, what I do next, as we talked about in class, what you're going to do is put this directly in your calculator. So you're going to plug in parentheses 4 divided by 3, close parentheses, times 4,179.34. So let's see. Open parentheses 4. I'll show you here. 4 divided by 3, close parentheses, times 4,179.34. That will give me 5,572.45. Let's say we want to round to nearest tenths place. We're looking here. We look next door, 5 or above, give it a shove. This is 5. So we're going to move this 4 up to 5. 0.5. And do not forget your units. We used meters. Meters is to the third because we're finding volume. Whenever we're finding volume, our units are to the third power. Sorry, you could not see that. And lastly, we're going to do a problem where we leave in terms of pi. Okay, let's say you are given a sphere with a radius of 4.5 inches. Let's write down our formula. Volume equals 4 over 3 times pi times radius to the third. Then we plug in what we know. Volume equals 4 over 3 times pi times radius, which is 4.5 to the third power. So you can put that into your calculator or use mental math to think 4.5 times 4.5 times 4.5. Rewrite everything else. And 4.5 to the third power is 91.125. Now, if we're leaving in terms of pi, we're just leaving pi alone. We're going to ignore it, ignore pi. So all you're left over with is 4 over 3 times 91.125. So again, you're going to put that into your calculator. I'll be using my phone to show you. Clear? Open parentheses, 4 divided by 3, close parentheses, times 91.125. That gives me volume equals 121.5. And don't forget to write your pi. You need to bring down pi. So all I did here was I joined together 4 over 3 and 91.125 by multiplication. Leave pi because your answer is in terms of pi, and don't forget your units, which is inches to the third power. And there's our volume in terms of pi. Okay, thank you very much. Happy studying.